friends, welcome back to my channel. It has been forever and a day since we did a trash talk, and it's the first one of 2017, and it's gonna be a doozy because the amount of stuff that I have is just out of control. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll start with the waxy items that we're playing with. The first thing we have is this holly berry and balsam candle. Benjamin picked this up on his own, and even though it burned really well all the way to the ground, there wasn't a lot of sooting. This was a white based wax and it didn't discolor. I didn't love the scent of this. I just don't think I liked the combination of berry and balsam together, but he was really into it, so we burned it all the way to the ground. I don't know what brand this is, but it was decent, so I feel like if I saw that kind of packaging again in a different scent, I probably would pick it up. I also used the DW Home Peppermint Bark candle. This is one of their 3 wicks. Again, it burned really well. I was very skeptical of this scent when I first got it, but I ended up really liking it. I wish I had burned it earlier because I think I would have gone back to get another one of this. Is it my holy grail scent? No, but it is really pleasant. It is a very soft peppermint scent versus this atrocious Yankee Candle, which has an obscene amount of sooting on it, which was Candy Cane Lane. I thought originally I would like this more than the DW one that I just burned, but I found that I just don't like this scent burning. It took me probably until like here to actually be able to put it on my wax melter because it produced 0 scent. And then when it was on my wax melter, it produced a scent, but I hated it. So this confirms to me that I probably wouldn't like the peppermint Bath & Body Works scent that comes out because it just is too much for me. I also burned the little Guinness cup that I was given by Ben's dad, and this also had no scent. So, I mean, even though it had a little bit of like a creamy scent when I was smelling it on cold, it did nothing. So it was just meh. I also have another Yankee Candle. This is the banana nut candle. This burned pretty terribly. Like, it just didn't burn like other ones that I've had from Yankee Candle that are the banana nut scent. I love this scent, but because it couldn't seem to produce enough heat to melt the wax, it didn't really have much of a scent throw. So I'm really over Yankee Candle, and I wish that I didn't have any more, but I do have 2 more Yankee Candles. I also used up this Pure Radiance Yankee Candle in Crackling Sugared Vanilla. As you can see, this sooted like crazy, and it produced very, very little scent, which is a bummer because it reminds me of another like wax cube scent that I'm obsessed with, and they were like, oh, it smells very similar, and they do, but this just burned terribly. I have another one of this in this exact scent that I got from Christmas, and then like a sea glass scent that's in this same packaging. The wood wicks are decent for the crackle noise. They're not like super annoying or very loud, but they're just not good candles. They're just not good candles. Again, when I would actually put that on my scent warmer, or when I would put that on my wax warmer, it produced more scent, but I just don't want to have to take these big jar of candles and put them onto a wax melt. It just seems ridiculous to make them into either wax cubes myself or to have to put them on a candle warmer. Like, that just is not what candles are meant to do, so I don't want to keep purchasing Yankee Candles. If I, get them gifted to me, I'll use them, but I won't go out of my way to get any more. The last candle that I have is the Mainstays Vanilla. We got this for Christmas because it's Ben's favorite scent. This was actually pretty surprising. These candles I've kind of sworn off on because they can be really hit or miss. This actually did a nice job burning and producing a pretty good vanilla scent. It's just a little bit artificial, so it's not my favorite kind of vanilla possible. On to some wax cubes. I have the Better Homes Season of Joy. I know this had a lot of mixed reviews. Some people said it smelled like a peppery scent. I didn't get that. I found this to be pretty pleasant. I wouldn't characterize it as a winter scent though. To me, it's kind of something that you could use any time of the year. I also used Iced Winter Cranberry. This I liked. It was one of the only cranberry scents that I've actually really enjoyed, but would I go out and buy mass bulk of this? No. I did like it for one, and I probably would buy another one next year, but I'm kind of like a one and done with that scent per year. And then I also used up the Sensationals Tea Time Sit Back and Relax. Oh, this has got to be the most amazing scent throw I've ever had, and length of scent. I literally would put in 2 cubes, and we're talking like an entire week I had strong scent. Like at one point I was like, how is this still producing a strong scent? Like I'm so accustomed to having to put in more cubes after like a couple of days. So we're talking like maybe at the most 12 hours of scent, but these, I feel like I was getting double that. So I have a second one of these. I really like it. I'm gonna try to save it. I feel like this is one that they have all the time, so if you can get your hands on it, I'd highly recommend it. It is not, to me, a super tea-based scent, but then again, I don't drink a lot of tea, so maybe it will to you, but I very much enjoy it. Okay, on to some makeup removers. I have 2 of the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. These are awesome. I'm a very big fan of them. I also used up my last version of the Simple Eye Makeup Remover in the old formula, and I actually like this. It just took a lot to get your makeup off, so it didn't take long to use up. And then I used a sample of the Sephora Express Eye Makeup Remover wipes. These are really nice. I just wish that they would sell them in like an actual pack, like the Neutrogena ones, because I feel like I would be tempted to buy them, but this type of packaging, I don't travel enough to warrant using these, and then I'm not going to pay to have them be individually packaged if I'm not traveling for them. I've been on a artificial nail kick from Impress. I used up both of these purple packages. When I went back into wanting to wear artificial nails, I said to myself I should really go back to my packages that I had already used once. These come with 30 nails in each, so I basically can get 2 wears out of them. I don't reuse the nail. I just look for nails that are close, maybe not the exact fit for my nail, but no one else will notice it but me. So I did that with these 2, and then I had a package of French tip ones, and I just love the look of the French manicure Impress nails. So I did use all 3 of these, which I was happy to kind of declutter some of my Impress nails out. I've tried to go back to finger painting, but one of my biggest frustrations is like I just painted my nails and I sat there diligently for 20 minutes, and then I got up to do something and this nail smudged. So that's like the one thing that my biggest pet peeve about painting my nails is that I hate the wait time. Even with my like nail drop dry stuff, it still isn't foolproof. All right, moving on to some miscellaneous items. I have this Pantene hydrating conditioner. I like this stuff. I have a huge back stock of Pantene conditioners and shampoos that I'm working my way through, and so far I've liked them all. I also used up my Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair Fragrance Free Lotion. I'm very happy with this. I've been using this to mix with my body lotions from Bath & Body Works to give me that extra moisturization and still help use up my collection. So I foresee a lot of these in my future because during the winter months, that's the only way I can use the body lotions. I used the Oscar Blondie Volumizing Dry Shampoo Spray. This was fine. I'm not huge into dry shampoo, but it did work as a fine spray. I also used up the Degree Motion Sense Dry Spray in Fresh Energy. This stuff lasted forever, and it's really effective as a deodorant. The only thing I really dislike is that when I spray it on my armpits, there's this really unpleasant scent that like makes me cough when I breathe it in, and I can't avoid breathing it in. So I feel like that's a little bit questionable. I don't think I should have that reaction, but I have heard other people who have talked about that deodorant express the same issue. So that's really the one big qualm. I do have another bottle of that stuff, but I don't know if I'll keep using it just because I don't think I should be like choking and coughing after I spray deodorant. It's the Frosted Plum Sugar Scrub from The Body Shop. One of my favorite scents. I have to say this winter, I didn't like any of the seasonal scents that The Body Shop came out with. They did like different versions of cranberry and apple, and they just didn't enjoy them. And then they did like a vanilla chai. I just wasn't a fan of them. I really enjoyed the winter collection from 2 years ago, especially the Frosted Plum. So I officially don't have any more of that scent in my collection, and I'm kind of bummed about it, but I'm also kind of like, it's good for me to move on because I've been binging on it. I also used this Aromatherapy She White Orchid and Pomegranate hand wash. Hated this stuff. I hated the scent of it. I didn't think it was a super like luxurious or lathering hand soap. I would not recommend this stuff. I don't even know where I got it from. I'm glad I used it up. I'm getting rid of this Real Aqua Velvet Sleeping Pack. This is one of those overnight masks I got in a Mimi box. Like, I still cannot believe that I have things from Mimi boxes, and I have not gotten a Mimi box in I think it's been 3 years. So when I went to pull this out, I didn't realize it had an expiration date on it until after I had used it, and it broke my skin out. So I feel like because it's past expiration, that's probably why it broke my skin out, but I won't know for certain, but I am gonna get rid of it. And I am bummed about it because there are good reviews on it, and it is a relatively pricey product, but it's my own fault. I need to pay better attention to things that I have in my hoarding closet. Now that I'm really, really working through stuff, I need to start pulling out the oldest items and working from there. So that's where I'm at. I also used this little bath bomb that I got in my fortune cookie soap box in October. This, I thought was a really, really cute bath bomb concept, but it was very difficult to have the bath bomb fizz out of here. So the packaging I don't think was super successful in the bath. I also used up this Lush product. It was one of those, like, I think it's a bubble type of product where you put it in and it creates like your bubble bath. You can use it multiple times. I don't take baths as frequently as I wish I did, so I don't use those products very often, but I did enjoy both of them. I also have a bunch of samples. I used the Tea Tree Facial Wash for blemished skin from the Body Shop. It was fine. I would definitely consider, maybe if they ever do like a big sale, trying that out in a full size. I also used the Origins Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask. Oh, I have forgotten how much I like this mask. I really am considering picking up a full size of this because it really, really was helpful to my skin. And I noticed when I had used it back in one of my projects that using it consistently really made a difference in my skin. I don't break out as often, but when I do, I find that I need to use a lot of anti-breakout or like skin clearing masks and things to really help bring my skin back to where it was. A couple of other masks. I have the Apple Cider 4-in-1 Foaming Mask. This is a mask, scrub, cleanser, and toner. I really enjoyed this stuff. I definitely would consider getting a full size of this. And then I use the Egg Cream Mask. This is a single-use microfiber sheet mask. Lovely. You guys know I love Too Cool for School stuff. I also use the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. I had forgotten about these. I did not realize I was gonna like it as much as I did until I started using it. I have gotten hooked on these overnight masks and I've been using them more and more regularly. I also have the Gilded Apple, I think that's what this was. This is again from not this past winter, but the winter before. I got this at the TJ Maxx. They were, after Christmas, everything that was Christmas was half off, and they included this as half off, so it was $1. I wish I had known that before going all the way up to the counter, because I would have probably picked up a few of these. I really enjoyed this scent. Like I said before, I wish the Body Shop hadn't changed their scents because I just didn't like them this winter. I used up my e.l.f. Daily Brush Cleanser. This stuff is the best. I also used up the Honest Beauty Elevated Hydration Replenishing Mist. I do not like the sprayer of this and I don't like the herbally scent, so I would not buy it. I used my Fortune Cookie Soap Sugar Pits deodorant. This was my nighttime deodorant because it couldn't help combat my regular sweat during the day, but I don't love the scent of this. It's like supposed to have a candy scent, but it just didn't really work for me. I didn't like a lot of the things scent-wise that they put out in that collection. Then I have 3 of my perfume samples. This is the Fortune Cookie Soap perfume oil, which didn't excite me. I have the Stella McCarthy Pop, which was really nice. And then I have the Oribe Côte d'Azur Eau de Parfum. Again, really, really enjoyable. Then I have my Sephora Rose Sleeping Mask. This little like pod, I got, I want to say 5 or 6 uses out of. I really enjoyed this sleeping mask. It was one of my favorites. I like the scent of it. So I definitely would consider, if they sell these little packs, getting a few of them. I really have gotten hooked on the Sephora mask lines lately. They, apparently on their website, I didn't realize this, they had like this massive collection of different face mask items that they sold as one big kit. I want to say it was like in the ballpark of $40-ish. It was like $120 value, and I wanted to get it, but it was sold out when I came across it, and I went to go sign up for the notifications, and I think it was one of those things that they just had one time but didn't bring back. But if they ever were to bring something like that back, I would highly recommend trying it because I have found that I really do enjoy a lot of their skin mask type things. I have the Evology Intensive Blemish Serum. This was really nice and effective for any kind of breakouts. I used up the Hide and Seek Whipped Soap from the Fortune Cookie Soap box. Oh, this was a really good scent, but I don't like the idea of whipped soap because I don't like the container. I prefer things that pump. I also have a soap from Fortune Cookie Soap that I used up, which I don't remember what it was, and then I have the This Thing OCD hand sanitizer. It wasn't necessarily my favorite scent, so I'm glad that it is gone. All right, the last step we have are makeup and nail polish items that I'm either decluttering or have used up. So I recently went through and like wanted to go through my julep nail polishes in particular, and there were 3 that I just swatched that I was like, I'm not a fan of. I'm getting rid of this, I think it's Yumi. It's just a glitter, and I don't use glitters. Same thing with this Katrina. I won't use that. And then I have this silver color in Sage that I will not use either. These probably came in boxes where I had forgotten to skip that month, and then it ended up coming to me, so I won't miss those. And then I used up the Julep Freedom Polymer Top Coat. I don't necessarily love the Julep top coats. They're like the Setchavite ones, but I feel like they get thick and gloopy really fast, and they also take a really long time to dry, and then they don't really lengthen the life of my nail polish, so I'm not sold on the Julep top coats. Oh, I also used up the Versace Bright Crystal perfume. This is one of my favorite perfumes ever. I will always take samples of it. I used the Chapstick Watermelon Splash Tropical Paradise collection. This was just like Watermelon Jolly Ranchers. I very much enjoyed this. I also used up my Laura Mercier Rose Gold Caviar Stick. I am not the biggest fan of this color, but I did like this as a formula. So if you're somebody who really likes cream shadows and you don't mind spending a high price tag on them, I feel like that would be a really good brand to go for. I used the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer Smoothing Primer. This was fine, but I don't feel like anything is better than the Becca one that I've recently fallen in love with. I used my Holy Grail Maybelline New York Dream BB Pure Salicylic Acid Light Sheer Tint. This stuff is the best. Like, it is, to me, such a good BB cream. It's not the fullest of coverage, but it's a BB cream, so I don't think you should expect that. But to me, it's an awesome shade match. It is just a perfect amount of coverage for me. I had just forgotten how much I love this, so I used it up real fast and then bought another one. I also used the Holy Deep 4mm long. I don't know if this is the brand name or not. I just don't know. It's a Korean mascara. I really enjoyed it. I put it in a video, like Get Ready With Me, back in September, I believe it was, and it's just an awesome mascara, but I'm trying to, before I buy any more mascaras, work through what I have left, because I've really kind of gotten my collection down for mascara in a really positive way, but I need to force myself to use other things before I can buy things that I really love. Getting rid of the Dior Show mascara. I just am not a fan of massive wands, and so this just didn't work for me. I also really didn't like the Blink mascara. I just don't like the tubing effect. I don't like the way my lashes look, so I'm saying goodbye to that. I used up this entire Pixi Fairy Dust Brightening Bare like powder. I actually did enjoy this as a color, but it was a lot of work to work with, so I wouldn't buy it again. And then I'm throwing out this Maybelline Shadow Stylist because it's about a zillion years old, and there's no way I can probably still put that on my face. I also used up this Rimmel London Precious Rose Single Shadow. I used it like 100 years ago and then forgot to put it into a trash video, so there it is. It's done. I'm happy. I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. You guys know my thoughts on this. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I will always use a sample if it's sent to me. And then I have the Real Chemistry Luminous 3-Minute Peel. This stuff is awesome. I just need to commit to buying a full size, I think. But I feel like I use the sample when I have it, but I don't find myself thinking I need it. So I don't know how frequently I would use it if I did have it. Then we have the Naked Skin Green Color Corrector. This stuff I use, and I actually got a really long time use out of it, but it is no better or different in any capacity to the Physicians Formula one, so I don't think you need this. Just go buy the Physicians Formula version because it will do the exact same thing as the Urban Decay one. I'm getting rid of this blush from e.l.f. This was in like a little half bronzer, half blush duo, and this is just straight like shimmer and glitter, and I don't like it on my face. It's like chunky glitter, which I don't think is just not at all a color I want or an impact I want to have on my face, so that's going. I'm getting rid of my Beauty Blender because it was very misshapen and I have been using it for a long time, so I thought it was time to let it go. I'm getting rid of both of these Bye Bye Under Eyes from IT Cosmetics. These just don't work for me. They don't really blend out that well. They sink into my fine lines. I have tried it with setting powder, without setting powder, with my like under eye cream that I've been using as like a wrinkle filler. These just don't work, and I'm tired of keeping them around. I mean, I am bummed because I did pay for these, but I I just won't use them, and I'm tired of keeping them around and like being reminded of the fact that I'm not going to use things. I also am getting rid of my e.l.f. makeup remover pen. This has dried out on me, even though I do like it. I just find that they don't last very long, so I won't keep buying them because they're just not, even though they're cheap, they're not in the sense because they just don't last more than a few weeks for me. And then the last thing I'm saying goodbye to is my e.l.f. small stipple brush. I repurchased a new one. This one has just like lost a lot of its ability and it's shed a bunch, so it has reached its life. But that is it for me. I will do my best to stay on top of these so that we don't have these massive trash talks, because I don't like them being super massive and I don't like having all this trash like hanging out in my beauty room. But I'll talk to you guys in my next video real soon. Bye.